Once upon a time, in the small town of Willowbrook, there was a notorious legend that haunted the hearts and minds of children. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a sinister presence emerged. It was said that the shadows of the town came alive, transforming into malevolent entities that prowled the streets, seeking their next victim. Among the many chilling tales, one story in particular sent shivers down the spines of students walking home alone from school. The legend spoke of a young girl named Emily who had encountered the horrors of the lost shadows. As the story goes, Emily was a timid and introverted girl, often seen alone with her sketchbook, lost in her own world of dark fantasy. One gloomy afternoon, as Emily made her way home from school, she could feel an eerie presence lurking behind her. The weight of 1,000 eyes bore down upon her as she quickened her pace. The streets, once filled with cheerful laughter, now seemed desolate and suffocating. With every step, the shadows elongated, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to mock her fears. As Emily turned a corner, she caught a glimpse of a flickering street lamp. Its feeble light provided a dim sanctuary from the encroaching darkness. Heart pounding in her chest, she hesitated for a moment before deciding to seek refuge beneath its pale glow. But as soon as she stepped beneath the flickering light, the lamp suddenly went out, plunging her into an abyss of blackness. A bone-chilling wind whistled through the silent streets, and Emily's every breath echoed like a plea for salvation. She clutched her sketchbook tightly, her fingers trembling, as she sensed the presence drawing closer. It was as if the very shadows she had feared had materialized into tangible nightmares, stalking her every move. With desperation driving her, Emily summoned the courage to move forward, her path illuminated only by the faint glow of distant streetlights. But the lost shadows were relentless, their inky tendrils inching ever closer. Whispers of torment echoed in her ears, urging her to succumb to their grasp. As Emily turned a final corner, her eyes widened in horror. Before her stood an abandoned, dilapidated house, its broken windows resembling gaping mouths hungry for souls. Despite her fear, she had no choice but to enter, hoping to find sanctuary within its decaying walls. Inside, the air was heavy with a chilling presence, and Emily's every step echoed through the desolate halls. She could hear distant moans and creaking floorboards, as if the very house itself was alive. With each passing moment, the darkness closed in, suffocating her hopes of escape. In a last-ditch effort to survive, Emily opened her sketchbook and, with trembling hands, began to draw. As her pencil danced across the page, the images came to life, imbued with a flicker of light that repelled the encroaching shadows. She created a protective circle of animated illustrations, each one guarding her fragile existence. With a surge of energy, Emily sprinted towards the door, her eyes fixed on the faint glimmer of daylight beyond the broken threshold. The lost shadows clawed at her heels, their desperate grasp falling short as she burst into the safety of the outside world. From that day on, the legend of Emily and her encounter with the lost shadows spread like wildfire through the town of Willowbrook. Children held their breaths when walking alone from school, clutching their sketchbooks tightly, hoping to possess the same courage that saved Emily from the clutches of darkness.